What's up, guys? All right, so today I wanted to revisit a topic that we have done a while back, basically a year ago. We did it in February in 2021, where we talked about the next phase of the NBA after LeBron, and we did a deep dive on it. Go check it out. And we talked about 4 players plus one that we mentioned, but it was still really early on. And these were the 5 contestants that we had. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson, and LaMelo Ball. And the reason I wanted to revisit this topic is that this whole season, there's been a clear front runner. And if you guys don't know who I'm referring to is, I'll say, we're in the middle of Ja Mania. And maybe Tyler could take it up next.
He has proven a lot of people wrong.
I'm so happy to see Ja where he's at right now, because I've been sweating Ja for a couple of years now, and I really felt early on that he had that it factor, that special thing, that IT thing that really that defines a superstar. I'm talking beyond the talent, beyond the charisma, just that special it that he's gonna be special on and off the court. And that's exactly what he's been doing this year.
And his team has been doing pretty well, man.
Yes.
Bane has been a nice surprise for Memphis. Maybe as a co-star for Ja, or what's going on over there.
Facts.
Just like people were sleeping on Ja, some people are sleeping on him.
And it's a lot of people say a franchise leader, not just a franchise player, but a franchise leader can, whether it's directly or indirectly, can help mold and push the team around them. And I feel like Ja is doing that with the Grizzlies. And I've even heard from different players on the Grizzlies saying that while he is a very, very young man, he has that leadership aspect that it just pushes them. Like, they've talked about it, like, it's crazy, but this young guy just makes me want to do better. And when I hear Ja talk and his tweets and stuff, you can tell that this man isn't bullshitting when he's talking about I want it all. No, he really wants it all.
Well, he said in the beginning of the season, what do you see yourself, Ja? I see myself as a top 5, I think, player? Yeah, he said player or point guard in the NBA.
I think point guard.
Point guard. I like his exact tweet. I'm like, damn.
And at the time it was still whoa,
chill. He actually made a video about that too.
Yeah. And he's proven it. And he had that tweet that I mentioned. I think I showed that tweet in that video about he had said to someone at a party over last off season about yo, I'm coming with it. I'm paraphrasing right now, but he was gonna come with it this year. Mm-hmm. And what have we gotten? We've gotten some incredible standout performance games. We have gotten some Slam magazine photo optic dunks.
Yeah, actually one right over here. And looking at it right now.
Yeah, we have gotten arguably the greatest block in recent memory with that two-handed NBA Street Volume 2 type of dunk.
Game breaker type shit.
He grabbed it, and it's one thing to just do it, period. That's impressive as fuck. But it's another thing to be a 6'3", I think is what he is.
6'2", 6'3".
Point guard to leap. LeBron said it best. He has rockets in his calves. And good Lord, when you watch that block, he literally he jumps, and then it's the rest of his body just elevates. You know what I mean? It is insane.
No, I think there's sources out there that were just saying that Elon Musk is going to look into Ja's genetics to see to be able to for the next rockets for Tesla.
And back when I was vouching for Ja, you can check out in our old BTV videos, his athleticism was one of the reasons why I felt like he had that it factor and why I felt he could catapult to be a superstar in the NBA and possibly the next face of the NBA. And it wasn't just because he's uberly flashy and he can do all this shit. It's how he uses it. And this also, I've said before, he reminds me of a young Wade. He has that athletic ability, a freak of nature, and then he uses it wisely in the way that he morphs his body around the court. When he takes it, whether it's a layup or a dunk, he can boom, move the ball, move his body, fucking angle it in the right ways to avoid certain defenders and just get to the basket. And that's something that even the most athletic people aren't keen on doing. You know what I mean? There's one thing to be a freak of nature athletic and be able to do dunks or whatever. It's another thing to get that, combine it with the right mentality and IQ, ball IQ, and then just use that to like basically maneuver your body however you want on the court to get a basket.
And the crazy thing is, man, in the NBA, the majority of players, their freaking natures in their own way. And Ja is making them look like average Joes.
That's true. That's true. And yeah, that's why I want to revisit. I think he's proving that he could be the next face of the NBA.
Okay, so since we're talking about the face NBA, compared to back then, last year, and how do you feel? Like, you know...
back then, like when we did the last video?
Yeah, compared to how you felt back then and how you feel right now, like... How confident are you going to feel about the faces of the NBA once LeBron and the current generation right now leaves and retires?
Oh, I've been confident about that since... Remember when something that stuck with you about me saying like the bubble was where we were seeing the young stars transition to being the next superstars and stars of the NBA as opposed to like this Curry KD generation. Mm-hmm. So ever since 2 years ago, that's when I was like, oh, we're fine. Like to me, that solidified like, yo, everyone 25 and below, well at the time, you know, now they're like 26, 27, 28, like, yeah, we're fine. And even the players that are in their mid-20s, there's so many in their young 20s that I'm just like, yeah, there's nothing to worry about. It's not like, I think when Jordan retired, I wasn't fully aware of it at the time, but it's like, from what I've read and heard, there was like a gap. You know what I mean? Like, who was going to take that mantle? Remember, Kobe wasn't Kobe yet. And then Shaq was a dominating figure, but he didn't have that allure that Jordan had. You know what I mean? And it took a while. And then LeBron came in 2003. And then since then, it's been like catapulted. Mm-hmm. Now, while I don't know we have that singular for sure to the T yet, we have an array of them that are just so different that each individual can help carry the mantle of the NBA until one of them really pushes forward ahead of everyone. Because Giannis covers that international demographic.
Absolutely.
And he's super like friendly, super charismatic in a very nice guy type of way.
He has that great story.
Yeah.
You know, backstory of coming from the slums, you know, from the humble beginnings in Greece.
You got Luka, another international, white guy, you know, covers another demographic, and a protege. So unlike, kind of like a LeBron, you know what I mean? Someone that people have been following since he was like a fucking boy, you know what I mean? And then you got Ja, who now we got an American, because that's what people were like, okay, are we gonna have an American NBA, you know, powerhouse name? And Ja is definitely taking that. And then maybe, again, it's still too early to say, but I'm gonna bring him, like we brought him very quickly in the last video, LaMelo. And LaMelo's proving this year that he's here to stay, and he's still a Showtime type of player. Which, when it comes to being the face of the NBA, it's not just winning. Winning is priority number one, but it's also like showboating, charismatic, being likable, being marketable, you know, being PR friendly. There's a whole slew of things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, when you are, do you jump off the page? You know what I mean? Do you just go? Do you appear bigger than the league itself? Ja, to me, kind of like Derrick Rose, he just has that splash. Part of it is his athleticism, but another part of it is his clutch gene, his leadership. He comes off very likable. He uses that father figure marketing angle too sometimes, I've noticed. And it's just like, he's covering all the fucking basics. Giannis is doing that too. The only one who is kind of slipping right now is Luka. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like, but I mean, it's not necessarily that he's slipping, man. The thing is, it's just the guy got to
slipping from like that throne.
Okay, man. Even from his rookie year, man, Luka has such a high bar. So it's like anything, like shit. It's like,
I'm not just talking about, like, I'm not necessarily focused on the performance aspect, but yeah, that is hurting him because he's got to do better at focusing on his off season when off season comes around, and trying to just turn that switch on and stop using the regular season to turn the switch on. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be a face of the NBA or the face of the NBA, that switch has got to be on 24/7. There's the reason Tom Brady's the face of the NFL. It's the reason LeBron is the face of the NFL. It's the reason Jordan was the face of the NFL. You can use that with Tiger Woods for you get me? Anytime you're the face of a sport, look at Cristiano. I want to say Messi, but I don't know if Messi trains as hard as Cristiano. But you gotta be on it 24/7. You know, that's your lifestyle. Yeah, Messi is a different fucking beast.
Yeah, for real.
So, Luka to me is like I said, it's not necessarily just performance, but you've seen that off-season foot off the pedal hurt his brands. You know what I mean? Like, people were like, "Yo, it's cool. You can do that. He's still young, whatever." But it has rubbed some fans and some viewers, especially casual viewers, the wrong way. You know what I mean?
The other player I do want to bring up that
Zion.
No, man.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's touch on Zion before we bring Zion. We're not gonna focus on because Zion
it's incomplete right now. He just needs to get healthy,
and especially
again.
In the season. I mean, he hasn't played, obviously. The injuries too. And we're gonna do a video on the whole timeline.
The guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah, we'll do a whole video focus on Zion. You guys will see that right here.
Man, okay, because that guy's a monster. Okay, like a little monster.
He's special.
It's like
same thing we said about Ja. Same thing we say about, like, Erwin was touching, like, there's athletic freaks. Zion is that. And even a little more.
But you can't be the face of the NBA if you don't show your face that often.
Yeah, the best availability is availability, and to be the next face of a sport, you have to, or a league, you have to be available. And yeah, so that we're gonna push Zion aside for now. And also, he's been hurting his brand. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not liking what I'm hearing about the Zion rumors in New Orleans. How him and his team are handling things with the Pelicans organization.
That's sounding a lot like how Kawhi tenure ended with the Spurs.
Yeah. I remember you said, and I agree. And a lot of players have said this before, where there's smoke in the house, there's usually fire. And right now they're doing all the right things, but yeah. And in terms of branding, that has rubbed me off the wrong way with Zion. And it's like, bro, if you want to be the next, I get you got your money now, but if you want to take it further, come on, man. Get stricter on your diet. Get stricter on your recovery. All of that good stuff. Now, what were you gonna bring up?
But just like you said right there,
what's up?
We don't know all the story. We don't know all the facts. We just know the tip of the iceberg.
Zion, if you want to come on to BTD and speak out on and tell the public your voice and take on things, you're more than welcome.
The person I briefly want to bring up is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, OKC Thunder.
That's not LaMelo. I thought you were gonna bring up LaMelo.
No, not LaMelo, man. LaMelo.
You don't think LaMelo could be a face of the next face?
Obviously, man. But those are all guys that people are like casuals, and like majority of people in the NBA, like those are usually the first kind of names for the most part that are gonna come to mind. Shai,
well, that's a benefit of that. That's something you need, if you want to be.
Shai has been brought up somewhat, but obviously, not enough. Obviously, because he plays, OKC. OKC is still in the midst of a rebuild, even though you're already starting to see the light already with Shai, my boy Josh Giddey, fucking balling over there. As OKC gets better and they start putting the right pieces around him and being an overall best team. Shai, just like we were saying with Ja, it's gonna feel like it came from nowhere. Yeah. But I'm telling you now, man, Shai can do it.
No, I love Shai. We've talked about Shai a couple times, especially when we do the rankings and start bench cut. However, if we're talking about the next face of the NBA, I think Shai could be a face of the NBA. I don't know if he can be the face of the NBA because I don't think he has that persona to be that. Like, every time someone has been a face of the NBA, like even Dwayne Wade in a way briefly was like, they have a certain personality in the way they carry themselves in interviews on and off the court. Shai seems to be more so basketball focused and just like, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do me. I don't really care about all that stuff as much, you know what I mean?
You would think that, man, but in the little tidbits that I see, from when I see things going on with OKC, when I go into like a further dive, like go to their page or Twitter, their YouTube or whatnot, you start seeing like a different side of Shai that you only.
And they gotta do a better job of showing
that you would only see, when people that might not be aware of certain players of the Miami Heat. That Miami Heat fans are gonna know, and OKC fans, I think they'll be able to agree with me after they've been, seeing Shai from the beginning and what it is right now, and they always see him, have trying to look for the right thing, but they're always watching him more than like the casual NBA
of course.
fan. So,
but see, one problem to that though is that you can say that for a lot of people, and it's like when you have that, it kind of just transcends and it'll just be shared, or it'll be personified outside of your circle.
Okay, but for that to happen as well, your team's got to be doing a little bit better. Ja, from the beginning, the expectations was for Memphis was they're gonna be a lottery team, a bottom team. But Ja, obviously, he was able to bring it to like borderline. I'm just telling you, man. As OKC gets better, it's gonna feel like it hit you from nowhere. Shea is a guy to watch.
If you were to rank faces of the NBA, like potential, like who's gonna take that mantle, how would you rank it between Zion, Giannis, Ja, LaMelo, and Luka?
Shit, man. Right now, Giannis is obviously number one. I'll put Luka, Ja.
Okay, not right now, but like we give LeBron 3 to 4 years. Who you think has the biggest potential to like? Okay, I trust they're gonna carry that torch for the NBA right now. So that there's also some future trajectory.
Man, I say Giannis, man. Shit, man. He won that championship for the first 50 years in Milwaukee. They have the team more than capable to be able to repeat. Not saying they're the favorites. And bro, you're seeing like more like.
All right, who's two?
Two, Luka.
And then 3,
Ja.
And 4.
I'm assuming Zion's gonna be healthy and he's gonna play in New York. So Zion.
Damn, you got LaMelo last?
LaMelo, yeah.
Oh shit. I'm gonna right now. In terms of, I think could take that mantle.
I'm just taking a leap of faith that Zion eventually is gonna.
I got Zion last. I'll probably put. All right, these next 4 is very small differences. I want to clarify that because it could go either way. I'll put 4 probably. Giannis.
What?
No, actually, okay, no. Yeah, I'm jumping the gun too much in future trajectory. I'm gonna put LaMelo. Then, no, actually, Luka, LaMelo, Giannis, Ja.
Damn, Luka number 4. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Luka was one of my 1 or 2 before, but right now, if he doesn't actually change his approach to his career and the game and his legacy, then he's not going to be that.
I'm interested to see what pops off when he finally gets out of the first round this year.
And LaMelo, I have him because I just see that hunger in LaMelo. LaMelo seems to be hungry for not just winning, but for that spotlight.
I mean, I would hope.
And when you want that spotlight, you know what I mean? You got the talent to back it up, you're going to go for it and you're going to attain it. So that's why I got him at 3rd right now. He could jump. Giannis, tell you, man, I just don't see Giannis branding and marketability as wide as someone like LaMelo or Ja.
Bro.
How many people wear the freaks, the Nike freaks? How many people buy the freaks?
Andrade.
And then
they look pretty good. Actually,
I'm not saying they don't.
Do that shoe review, they look pretty damn good.
You know what I mean? And then how many people that are casuals know about Giannis?
Well, like the casuals, man, they need a ponte las pilas, man, because Giannis, out of all those players,
he's the most accomplished.
He's the most accomplished and most relatable. Like, come on, man, that guy, like, you see him in certain interviews, man, like so innocent about like certain things, man. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but see, maybe that could be
at least for me, that like negative. I'm like.
And then Ja is just, man, Ja keeps doing these standout dunks, blocks. Not just performances, but actions on the court that keep going viral. He's gonna leap everyone, and as long as he can keep winning in the playoffs, that's gonna matter, to hold him up there. Then I think he can actually. I think right now he has the highest potential to be the next face of the NBA. Man.
You know what? I'm happy I'm seeing Ja do this in a small market like Memphis.
It kind of reminds me of a young Jordan, man. Think about it.
Crazy.
Young Jordan with the gold chain and shit. Like if Ja participated in a fucking dunk contest, all eyes are gonna be on the dunk contest. You know what I mean? And he's just
not even a young Jordan, man. It kind of reminds me of
he has that splash.
Not even that, man. Like a young prime time Deion Sanders. yo, for real, man. I'm like, yo, that guy.
For a second, I think you said Deion Waiters. It just clicked that you said Deion Sanders.
Deion Waiters, man. What the fuck are you thinking, man? You definitely waited.
I was like, yo, what the fuck are you saying right now?
Look, I might mispronounce a couple things, man. Make it very clear. Deion Sanders, primetime, came from FSU, played 2 sports, played in the NFL, played baseball, Major League Baseball, and he's killing it at Jackson State, man. He was able to get some 5-star recruits to an FCS program. Like, which is like, shit. Okay. But anyways, man, I'm going to get off because you know what.
Lesson.
Yeah, for real. Football lesson right now. Guys, let us know what you guys think in the comments, man. How you feel about the current state of the NBA. How you feel about the future. Who is your face or faces
Am I
of the
wrong
NBA?
for putting Ja as the biggest potential to be the successor to LeBron as the face of the NBA?
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Is there someone we didn't mention? Is it Donovan? It's not Donovan.
Donovan, Spider-Man? You can't sleep with Spider-Man.
I know he's great, but I'm sorry, it's not. Is it Tyler? It's not Tyler
Not
either.
Tyler. I like Spider more than Tyler.
Is it THT? Is it Kyle Kuzma? No, all right.
I mean, yo, hey, man, hey,
no, he's been kidding it, but he's not gonna be no face of the league.
Hey, man, no fucking slander on Kyle Kuzma, man. That's another thing I got right, man. That guy's killing it this year, man. And yo, he's been killing it on NBA Twitter, man, with those quote retweets, man. Yo, I'm like, damn.
But I sent it up.
I'm like, yo, man, you need to chill with that fucking pink shit, man. Like that outfit that you fucking wore, man. I'm like, nah. Either way, appreciate all the love and the hate. You guys already know. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all podcast streaming platforms. You're gonna see 2 things over here from YouTube that is recommending you. I think this was like the most recent one, and this one's just, I don't know,
the one that YouTube thinks you'll like the most.
Exactly. Let us know what you guys think. Anyways, we'll catch you guys soon. For now,
Take
later.
care.